Step aside gold. Bitcoin is here. On today's show of Sin City Crypto, welcome. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts. And today, like every single weekday, we're coming at you live from our studio in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada, with our daily live show. Today, we'll be discussing Bitcoin, monthly flows. We'll be telling you what to expect this week in the world of macroeconomics. We're also going to be taking a look at prices. Also, we have the founder of Ociswap, the largest DEX by total value locked on Radix. They'll be joining us here, and we're excited to get today going. We're excited to get the week going. It's Halloween week. We're going into November, which will lead into December and then into the new year, and then, well, figure out the rest. But first,
Wow.
here's
Holy.
your other host, Rob.
Wow. Guess today is Monday. Guess what? Tomorrow will be Tuesday. And maybe Wednesday will follow. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Tuesday. Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where, unlike the other boring and stale channels, we actually deliver in a fun and sexy way. Now, Bitcoin is at over 35,000. I see. I moved the bar up, bro.
Wow.
The
Wow.
goalpost is up. You know,
Does that mean the bull market's here? Last year you were a bear for Halloween. What are you going to be tomorrow?
Well.
I heard Sailor's coming back.
Is he?
That's what I heard.
Did we book Sailor for the show again?
Pretty sure we booked him.
Oh, gotta love that. I'm last minute costume on order, so I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Maybe I'll bring Larry with me. What do you think?
No, please. He's too loud.
Mm.
He's very annoying. Before we get started, I do want to say a couple thank yous to our channel sponsors. Today's 4K stream is brought to you by CAM's Blue Wire Technology. If you want to maximize your networking, IT, and your cybersecurity, there is no better company to call to help guide you than CAM's Blue Wire Tech. Visit bluewiretech.com or click the link in the description of this video. And also, big thank you to the top Layer 1 DeFi in our space for sponsoring this channel, and that is Radix. As I mentioned earlier, we have their top DEX joining us, Ociswap. What an amazing project, amazing team, amazing roadmap. What they're doing is phenomenal. We're excited to see what Radix does in a bull market. So big thank you for supporting this channel and sponsoring today's
Also,
show.
a lot of Radix community members in the chat today. And, well, if you are new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. That's an hola without the H, has a Portuguese-style hola. And we do have Original Bro, Radix Maximalist, Crypto Remora, Ociswap in here, Speak the Devil. And then we also got Mika2, Gizma Mahuti, Luis Muller, Radix Charts, Enrique Suave, and Misco. So to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Guys, if you're new here, we like to start off every show.
I'm gonna say we're gonna like to open up the club too. Club limit 180. There it is.
180.
180 likes. Make sure you smash the like button. Open up the club. If you don't know what that means, well, I don't either. Let's find out. There you go.
So guys, we like to ease it in, ease into the content. My apologies. And so, Rob,
I'm early for this, bro.
Rob, did you see? President Obama, he was, he was like the hip president. Go to basketball games, we play basketball, shoot 3-pointers. Apparently, there's another basketball star in politics, and that's Gavin Newsom. But he wasn't playing basketball in the United States. He was over in China meeting with President Xi Jinping. And well, he might have just started World War III. And what do I mean? Well, all right, square up, homie. It's a child. Oh, Jesus.
Did he spank the kid? You dropped the shoulder and then you spanked him.
Look at that hand. Look how far back he reached. He's like
That's in between his legs.
naughty.
Spank some.
Yeah. So, guys, it was nice knowing all of you. China, please don't hurt us. And then, when they find people to sing the national anthem, right?
Mm.
Usually it's Grammy Award winners, musicians, singers. Is Flavor Flav any of those, Rob?
No.
So why would he be singing the national anthem at a basketball game?
It's not even a singer.
Okay, you don't need an answer.
Only we hail at the twilight.
That was bad.
Flavor Flav, go have some more kids, man. Hey, Robin, let's play a game. What kind of drugs is this woman on?
Oh, I was gonna say you. Oh, I've seen this one, man.
What do you think this is, Robin? Is this methamphetamine? Is this Sam Bankman-Fried drug?
You know, maybe she's just vibing, bro.
Nah, she's sweating. She got the meme mug. Her neck be contorted in ways I have not seen. Like what?
This is a Halloween costume.
That's what it looks like
That's
when you
Ezra's
get liquidated, bro.
In the vape?
And she's hitting the vape.
Damn, she's Jesus Christ. Okay.
What kind of video did you
A
find?
little more than hitting the vape.
There we go.
Almost swallowing the vape. And then Robin, you know, we've gone to many dinners together, and I was astounded by how quickly you eat your food, but I don't know how I'd feel if I ever saw you do something like this. When you-
What the hell?
And then here we go, guys. For $30 at Dollar General, you can buy a statue of a member of Congress asking for a campaign donation. That's Mitch McConnell.
That's actually that's spot on, bro. That's spot on.
Her reaction wasn't spot on, but anyways.
Mm.
Upside down great white sharks. Isn't that kind of creepy?
Huh.
Looks like a Halloween character.
I don't understand what I'm looking at. But
So this is a upside down picture of the underbelly of a great white shark.
okay.
It looks like a big ghoul and goblin.
Oh,
You all right today, man?
I'm not okay today. I'm great.
okay. We need to put a stop at this joke.
Thank you for calling. Please hold for a minute, and well, you know how you get the music. This music sucks, and then it's the person behind there playing the saxophone.
No.
And then someone
Wasn't a
hacked the
sax,
sphere.
David. It was a trombone.
It was a oh, yeah. Rocco knows his band instruments. So apparently, Robin,
No.
Is this real?
No, it's not.
it's real.
No. It's generated. It's AI probably.
Whatever, Rocco. And can you scratch my back? Yeah, where? Republic of Congo. Who doesn't like back scratches? And well, you know, it's always hard to tell your significant other, whoever's scratching your back, you're right there. No up, no down. Now you can just tell them the name of a country, and it helps with their geography lesson as well. So big shout out to whoever did that. And then Rocco, I need an explanation. What the hell is this?
You ask me.
A new fountain has been unveiled in Vienna, celebrating 150 years of the city's spring water supply.
Okay.
And they spent about 1.8 million euros. Well, what is this?
You ask me because I'm from Vienna, right?
Well, you're from Italy. I mean, like, well, what is this?
More than art.
You know, Pong Meh says, someone check David's candy stash.
I got the good candy.
Okay. I don't know.
All right.
No answer.
All right, are we talking any crypto today?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
he just
crypto
got like
Lizard
this.
man.
Crypt keeper himself. Look at that. Like,
Gary.
Guys,
yeah.
this was back. I believe it was.
If I ran into him in a haunted house, man, I think that would be the biggest jump scare right there, bro. Like that, man.
You know what he looks like? That character from The Simpsons, the Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
So this was Gary in 2019. Listen to what he had to say.
Bitcoin futures and I think Ethereum futures and so forth will exist, and Bitcoin ETFs have not, and that feels a little inconsistent to me as an observer, and I'm now in academia, but it feels a little inconsistent, even though the laws aren't exactly the same. They're quite similar. Future.
No way. Shocker.
Can we just play this at his court hearing, like as like a intro to Gary Gensler?
What do you think? What happened, Robin? Where did this
Money,
all go wrong?
power. That's it. Money, power. He's in a branch of government that does would it's in a branch of government that regulates stocks. And well, one, we always associate crypto as a different form of payment, right? Bitcoin is designed to be a peer-to-peer network. But what it does, it gives an opportunity for altcoins to generate capital and to basically have a funding round, right? Have your ICO, and now a byproduct of what we have here in our ecosystem is that hey, you can start a company and raise money the same way that it would be going public, right? And raising money that way. And so globally, internationally, without following the laws of the United States, you can essentially raise money and start a business with crypto tokens. Now, of course, the SEC will sit here and say that is violation of securities law, but well, it only operates in the confines of the United States. That's why we see a lot of crypto projects that operate solely offshore. I think this is something that the Securities and Exchange Commission didn't really foresee back in 2019, or at least not Gary Gensler. And so I think that's their perspective, right?
Hmm.
That altcoins, crypto is a way to circumvent Wall Street and going public with a company to raise money. And hey, we could do it without it in a decentralized manner.
Hmm.
I mean, do you think there's something to that?
I do. What I'm also curious.
That's not the full picture though. There is. I think they just look at crypto as a threat, to the banking system, and so
Which it is.
it is. But I think one facet of why the SEC is so hesitant to embrace crypto is the fact that hey, you can avoid going public and raise money and still have public interest, and almost like a stock in a company where there is shareholders, right? But instead of being shareholders, it's large ass wallets and whales, right?
But the problem is, if that's their stance, they're not helping people achieve what they want to achieve by the rules and regulations. I think that's the issue everyone has. Everything's a security. Okay, which ones? How should we determine what's a security, what's a commodity? And no one gets a clear answer. So people are operating in a gray area, not knowing, am I gonna in 5 years, is the SEC gonna come after me and put me out of business or sue me? So now what they're doing is they're not operating in the US. They're moving overseas. And think about all the revenue and innovation that is leaving the United States because of one regulator. One person. Gary Gensler. We don't like you, Gary. What we do like is projects that move our space forward. Rob, this was a very interesting. Curious to get your take on it. This is from Phantom, the top Solana wallet. Don't just collect NFTs, create them. So watch this 30-second video. I'm curious to get your take. Have you seen this, by the way, Rob?
No, I haven't.
So you can mint a collectible by taking a picture or a video and have it as an NFT like immediately in your wallet. What do you think about that?
It makes sense.
It's very intriguing.
But I mean, what is that? What would that do?
You have that clip of Andrew Tate? Nobody's checking the blockchain for my
We gotta clip that out and make
Yeah.
it permanent. Yeah, the thing is that if you're not selling it, is it really even
But
necessary?
now it gives you the opportunity to sell it, right?
No, it does. No, I think there's value to it. I'm just trying to think realistically how practical it is. How much use case would you have out of it? Because if you're snapping a picture of it and it's on your phone, I mean, are they storing the image on the blockchain? I doubt it because I know most of the time it's just the website address. I mean, it's just the
Well,
wallet
here's the
address.
thing. Essentially, you either upload a video, a picture, or take a picture, and then you go through the app, the wallet, and you mint it, and now it becomes viewable on the blockchain. So you're minting an NFT of
But the app itself, so the Phantom would probably have an interface where it has the picture on there. Because just like OpenSea, for example, these Ethereum addresses, there's actually no
You're talking about it being
physical
listed
well,
on.
I'm just saying there's no physical image on the blockchain for NFTs, the exception of a couple projects. And so usually it's just
Wait, what? There's no what?
they don't store the actual picture on the blockchain. So like a Bored Ape, for example,
Right.
the actual pixels that are on the picture is not stored on the
The
blockchain.
metadata is stored.
Yeah, the data that says, "Hey, it's on this server here, held wherever," the image, that's where it is. So, I don't know.
Interesting.
I just think it's a stretch for use case right now, but I'm not surprised. It's cool. Cool idea. I like it.
All right, guys, the time has come. We are going to bring on Lucas, who is the co-founder of Ociswap, the leading DEX for the leading layer 1 DeFi protocol, and that is Radix. So, Lucas, welcome to the channel, my friend. How are you doing?
Hi, hola, David, hola,
Oh,
Robin.
we
Nice
got
to meet you.
hola, man.
Yes, sure.
If there's
been
any
to
way you want our community to love you right off the bat, it's what you just did, my friend. You've done your research.
I've been to-
Congratulations.
Thank you. I've been to Barcelona last week, therefore have some Spanish practice or Catalan even. Yeah.
There you go. I just learned mine from the internet and memes. Lucas, we want to thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you on. For those that might not know about you and Ociswap and your journey, can you please share a little bit of insight into your journey into crypto? What made you want to, create a DEX, and what made you want to pick Radix versus an EVM chain or what everyone else does on an L2 or on Ethereum? I know I kind of threw a lot of things at you, so please feel free. It's an open conversation. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, I'm Lucas from Ociswap, one of the 4 co-founders. We actually started already in November 21. So at the time, there was like the first mainnet live from Radix, the L1 itself, but with no smart contract functionality. So we decided to already start bootstrapping our community and doing some airdrop campaigns and stuff like that. So early on even. And now since 5 weeks, we are finally ready with our smart contract goodness on the Radix L1. And could start with our real DEX now. So we even had the opportunity to start something before it, so like a centralized DEX. But now finally we have the real smart contracts with liquidity pools, can start our liquidity campaigns and stuff like that. So I cannot wait for this to grow and grow and grow. So we just started also to get listed on DeFi Llama, for instance, so to get Radix everywhere out there so that people cannot miss us anymore. And so also why we decided to build on Radix. So we are all 4 co-founders are actually early community members of the Radix ecosystem. And we decided to build something after plenty of time already being around in the community and the ecosystem, sharing the initial things Dan wants to achieve, basically. So he has started with his research and developing already 10 years ago. With his Cassandra network, also showing some research on the Twitch 2.5 years ago. That was actually what drove my initial interest. And he showed there that he could scale the L1 itself without upper limits, just simply add new nodes to the network. And this was like the initial spark flame for me personally to get started to do something here, because this is really special. Because what we're seeing at the moment with all the other layer ones is like deciding to go the path with L2s, for instance, rollups, for instance, or with like monolithic scaling solutions. And Radix really tries to achieve something unique with a pre-sharded ledger to scale the L1. And this is really something interesting. Therefore, we decided to build also now with Ociswap.
Awesome. And unless I'm missing something, there's no Oki token, correct?
There's an Oci token, yeah. We
There
also
is?
started
Okay. I was looking
like
for
nearly
it.
2 years ago.
Okay, got it. Okay. I was just going to ask you. So, what are some exciting things that your project is doing? Cuz we know every chain has a bunch of dexes. what makes you guys different? And this isn't a shot at your competitors in your space, but what makes you guys
Yeah.
different? What are you most excited about building, moving into the next 3, 4, or 5 years? Where do you see Ociswap being with all dexes across the board through all the chains?
Mm. So I find it really interesting that we can actually show that those claims, those high claims from the Radix team itself, is actually true, right?
Mm.
So we are actually builders and can show that we are able to build a DEX with like 100 lines of code instead of 400 lines for the same what we can do on the Solidity on Ethereum EVMs, and also can innovate much quicker. And this is actually the case. So we can already we already built, for instance, hooks. What you may be familiar with the Uniswap v4 announcement. They are not live yet with the hooks and stuff like that, but we actually did it already. So we're just waiting for the audit to get ready to deploy it on the Radix ecosystem, on the network itself. And this is super cool because you have so much less overhead thinking about creating a lot of ERC20 and so much more. So you can actually get done way quicker with your ideas. And I think this is just the beginning. So we can do now hooks like Uniswap before in around 1-2 months after smart contracts went live, what actually took like 6 or 7 years on the Ethereum EVM chain. And I think this is just the beginning, because when we just starting with all the most advanced protocol designs, what you can see on the EVM, we can innovate much, much quicker with way more interesting stuff. That's what we're really looking forward to for our 7 developers in our Ociswap team, that we're just building now our Uniswap v5, v6, v7, even before the Uniswap team can do it, because it's so insanely hard to do it actually on the EVM. And yeah, that's what I'm most looking forward to.
You know,
I was gonna
go ahead,
say, one of the biggest drawbacks on the Ethereum network is the gas fees and throughput, network congestion. And I know Radix is radically faster in DeFi, but what is what is like a typical transaction fee looking like on your platform?
So the
Swap.
typical swap is around 1 to 3 XRD. So it depends also. But
Pennies.
let's say most of the time it's like around 2 XRD. So it's 5 to 8 cents at the moment, dollar cents. And this is still like in the early stage. So the Radix core team will improve over time with all these gathered information now from a live ecosystem. Therefore, I think we will get down even further like that. And also with the upcoming Cian milestone, we can even achieve like an unlimited scalability. So there will be no more like upper boundaries in terms of throughput. So even if you try to onboard the whole citizen of the earth, basically can still stay with a 4 cent of transaction fee. So this is also kind of cool for mass adoption. Cannot wait for that as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, at the height of the bull market, when I was starting to mint some NFTs and do some swaps, $50, $60, $100 to swap like $200-$300 worth of either NFTs or crypto was ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I wanted, so when we brought Pierce on, who, if you guys aren't familiar watching, he's the CEO of Radix. I commended him for, instead of just building on top of Ethereum or building an EVM DeFi protocol, they started from scratch, which obviously is a lot harder, takes more time, more resources, more effort, more marketing. So I guess my question to you, Lucas, is because it's not an EVM chain, because it's not Ethereum, because Radix is not as known yet, something like Ethereum or Solana, what are you guys doing to bring awareness and excitement to the Radix ecosystem and to kind of lift the entire boat up as far as the entire Radix ecosystem?
Yeah, so it's so far really a grassroots movement. So from the ground up, not from the top to bottom, basically. And this is really what's also very likable. Therefore, we really want to draw attention because we're building unique features, unique tech, and like I said, with high innovation flow, even with kind of small teams or less funding, you can achieve a lot of things in a very short amount of time. And I think this developer first approach to this very moment was the right approach, because this is like the grassroots what I said. So a lot of developers will talk to other developers and saying, "Hey guys, don't stress too much with the EVM or to find." To get your ideas into fruition, because you can simply join us with crypto, with the Rust-based language, and do your stuff basically in like tenths of the time, tenths of the funding. You have to spend way less for developers, for audits, and so much overhead, so much reduced overhead. I think this will enable so much more innovation that people will be quickly getting aware of Radix, just because there will be so much depths popping up that people have never seen before on other layer ones. For instance, we will start like we are doing now with a DEX or with lending protocols, with stablecoins, of course, Oracle. So all this like basic functionality, of course, will be here like even after 2-3 months. And afterwards, I'm really expecting to see some decentralized applications you haven't seen before on other layer ones. And that's, I guess, and that's my big bet, that this will be like the headline story, that people are joining our layer one because they're seeing something is really, really crazy going on here, right?
Yeah, I think it's very important what you mentioned as far as building from the ground up instead of from the top down. Because once you get that foundation nice and sturdy, you can continue to build on top of it without compromising anything below it. So, I got to ask you, Lucas, Halloween tomorrow. You got plans? What are you dressing up as?
I already made my pumpkin with a cat-themed, cat-themed pumpkin already, because our Aussie cat is our mascot of the Ociswap DEX. Haven't really planned something for tomorrow.
You have the pumpkin.
It's another room, unfortunately. I cannot show it right at the second. So I coming from Germany, therefore it's not like the number one event for us personally to celebrate. I'm sure.
Yeah, we're weird over here.
It is America's greatest holiday, like at the top. There's something called Christmas, and then wait.
There's something
above
called
that.
Christmas?
Yeah, above that is definitely Halloween.
You can't just brush Christmas off like that, man. Presents are.
I'm not brushing it off. It's a close second to Halloween.
Yeah. Lucas, before we let you go, I do want to highlight you guys' website. For those of you watching, if you want to visit Ociswap.com, I'll go ahead and drop, or you know what? I'm actually going to drop the Twitter handle in there. So this is what the interface looks like, guys. If you don't have the Radix wallet, go ahead and get it with the new Babylon upgrade. It's pretty user-friendly. I have it on my desktop and I have it on my phone as well, but you just connect it and then here's what their interface looks like, all the tokens that are available on the Radix Layer 1. Also, if you want to follow Ociswap and follow as far as some alerts and news, it's at Ociswap. And so I'm actually going to drop, no paste, no, go, stop.
Thank you.
Damn it, I just messed it up.
Already over 2 million TVL.
As soon as we get up, I'll paste the link in the YouTube chat. But Lucas, we wanted to thank you so much for your time. We love what you guys are doing. Keep at it, man. I think this bull market is going to be amazing for all of us. And the builders that are here and were able to endure, they're the ones that are going to reap the benefits. And we're excited to see what not only Radix, but what you and your team do. So thank you so much, my friend. We look forward to bringing you on again in the future. Take care.
See ya. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Lucas. Appreciate it. Damn it. Why did I do that? It's terrible. Robin, why don't you yell at some people?
Yes. Are you new here? If you are, say hello. We can drop an hola back at you. We do got Boris, Tamaz, Frankie, Legend, and Caveman. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Also, we are a little shy of where we want to be, 80 likes. So trying to get to 180 likes. Let's add another 100 likes on there. If you've not liked the video, do us a favor. Smash the thumb button. Not the one down, but the one up.
But don't smash your thumb because that can hurt.
Wow. That is
Tune in.
correct. Yes.
Tune in for more life hacks.
Yes.
So, Rob, you've seen You've seen the chart, right? That
Which-
shows you
which
the
chart?
different psychological levels. You have hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, and then it goes down, and
Are
it's
you talking
anger.
about the
The
market
psychology of
sentiment?
markets. Yeah.
sentiment charter?
This was shared by Miles Deutscher. I hope I'm saying his last name right. Look at the similarity here, right? This is what Miles drew. So here on the bottom, you have the psychology of a market cycle, right? And so kind of what I described. And then up here is the Bitcoin chart. I mean, I don't want to say that's kind of identical, but it's pretty damn close. So Rob, if this is true, that means we are approaching hope. Hope. Where are you at, and where do you think we are at in this
We're in Las
psychology of
Vegas. Okay.
New York on there?
The Bitcoin, and well, crypto in general, especially if you just look at the total overall market cap and how much money is in the system. This is just like any other market, especially commodities markets, where you have a lot of trading and liquidity. And as the market matures, it's going to look more and more like the traditional markets that we're used to. And so I think we're par for the course, and we know that the bull market's coming. I mean, there is no doubt. It's more of a question of when it's going to kick off. Will it kick off post halving, which would be somewhere around, I'd say, May, April, June.
So April is when we're supposed to get
Yeah.
the halving, right?
Yeah.
March, April.
So what I'm saying is it going to line up right with the halving, almost at the same time? Is it going to be post halving, like later post halving? Because we had the halving in 2020 earlier in the year, and we didn't see the pump until almost to the very end of 2020. And so will we see something similar to that, where hey, maybe halving comes in April and then doesn't actually pop off until December, November, October? I don't know. I think with the ETF, it's going to be that's going to be the catalyst, man. Because what popped off the bull market the last bull market? It was
Money printer go. Brrr.
Stop. That is the most annoying thing, man.
Well, you do annoying stuff too,
We're
and
gonna
I
record it,
sit
Dave.
here and deal with it.
We're gonna record it. It's different though.
Anyways. But yeah, that's the answer. Money printer.
Yeah. The money printer.
And of course the supply
the
chain.
money printer went the sound machine. And then and anyways, that's what kicked off the bull market. It happened to coincide with the halving. It made it you had a perfect storm, right? You had tons of money being printed. You had people not able to go anywhere and spend money, so they were on their computers investing. And at the same time, you had the halving where you had the supply shock. And so those two factors coinciding.
So is the bull market here or not, man?
And it's gonna coincide again. That's where I'm getting
Thank
at.
you.
ETF is gonna bring in a bunch of money. The halving is gonna come around the same time. And I think that's it right there, man.
This bull market, guys.
My only concern is that if the overall broader markets, especially the U.S. economy, does not turn around by then, will we have an injection of capital from the U.S. markets and U.S. retail? I know that there's going to be an avenue to invest. Could be a situation where they're providing the liquidity with the ETF, might get an initial pop, followed by a pullback, and that's simply providing the liquidity and the infrastructure for people to get exposure to crypto that traditionally couldn't, especially through the institutional sector, with just anyone that buys and sells on Wall Street. And perhaps that's all it is. What do you think?
It's
gonna put the framework for,
it's a
for
unique-
at some point.
It's gonna be a unique situation, right? Because if there was no ETF, no traditional ways for people to invest in crypto, I would say I would be a little more worried. But if now it's as easy as just shifting money from my IRA or my 401k where I have stocks and bonds and money market funds and mutual funds, hey, let's just move 5% in crypto. Let's just move 10% in this. And then you start seeing, oh, the gains. Oh my God, what else can I get gains on? I think that versus new money entering, we now are going to be able to tap into the massive amounts of money that are currently in the system right now.
The question, though, David, is it going to kick off the bull market, or is it fuel for when the bull market kicks off, providing the liquidity for institutions?
From retail?
I'm talking about the bull market. Will the ETF going live,
ETF.
will that launch a bull market
Yes.
and sustain a bull market on
Yes.
its own?
Yes.
Or is it simply putting in the liquidity for institutions
Bull market.
and also traditional investors to get exposure when the market rallies and is prepared?
Bull market.
Oh.
The ETF will be the bull market catalyst, the bull market sustainer, the bull market of all bull markets.
I think it brings in a bunch of capital initially, and then once the euphoria dies down, it pulls back. Then we get the halving. Then there's a lull, and then you get the massive amount of retail plus institution through all the channels that were built here, and I would say by the end of the year. That's what I think.
I can see that too. I'm not opposed to that.
But I think the ETF is not going to be underwhelming by any means.
Oh, hell
I just don't
no.
think that we're going to all of a sudden see $100,000 Bitcoin with the launch of the ETF. I think that we do approach all-time highs, perhaps cross it. I think somewhere between $50,000 and $80,000 Bitcoin makes a lot of sense post ETF if you give it about 60 days afterwards. But I do think that the euphoria kind of tapers off. I think that the people that did make a lot of money on the come up through the ETF are going to take profits, and it's going to dump the price, and people are going to kind of freak out in the same way that new investors in retail, say the guy down the street or whoever it is, perhaps us when we first got into crypto, you buy, you feel euphoria, then all of a sudden people start selling, you start getting a little spooked in the market. I think the same thing's going to happen when institutions. I mean, Elon Musk sold a lot of Bitcoin. They sold all their Bitcoin, right?
Not all of it, no.
Well, technically they had a report that they did. Now they wrote it off as a law, or they wrote it down, right? And so technically they might still have some Bitcoin, but essentially they sold it all, right?
No. That's not my understanding. My understanding is they still have a majority.
They wrote it down to zero.
Correct, but it doesn't mean they sold it. The reporting requirements and writing it down as a loss, and that doesn't mean you sell it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and confidently say they hold all their Bitcoin.
It's more likely that they sold it than them holding it with a purchase sale price, write it down. It's more likely from the accounting standpoint that they just simply sold it.
I'm sure some.
And Elon Musk has been very vocal on where the market is now, and the fact that the entire industry is going through layoffs. I mean, we're seeing the prices of cars come back down. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did sell it. The books said they sold it, but as an accounting loophole, you could have just wrote down the price and kept some. But either way, they did exit Bitcoin in some form. Maybe they sold off 70%. Maybe they sold off 30%. But they're claiming that they don't have any, or at least not on their account holdings as far as the value. Now, if they sold, what do you think other institutions? Very progressive company for companies, SpaceX and Tesla that Elon owns, very progressive. And they have a ton of capital. Do you think that some of these institutions can get exposure to Bitcoin and stomach the volatility and the turndowns? I think that we will see a pretty sharp drop on the price of Bitcoin after the ETF launch. Perhaps it's about 60 days later or so. But just kind of my vibe.
Yeah. I was just looking for. Okay, I'm gonna skip that. Well, we might come back to that. If anyone has an answer or a link to as far as what if Tesla still holds their Bitcoin or how much they hold, let us know. Please feel free to share. I do want to share this. So this is the economic calendar for the upcoming week. We have manufacturing numbers coming out of China today, tomorrow. A lot's happening over in Europe. GDP growth, inflation rate, and then on Wednesday we're getting our JOLTS report and the Fed rate hike. Well, Fed decision. So FOMC's on Wednesday. Jolts is on Wednesday. And so should we expect volatility? Actually, I'm going to pull up the CME here. So I was going to pull that up, but I didn't. Fed Watch tool. So as of right now, where we stand, we're at 1.8% rate cut with 99% holding steady. I don't, I kind of in line with this. I don't think they can raise rates right now. But we'll see. We'll see what the JOLTS report does. Because the JOLTS report, the job opening and labor turnover report, that is a key metric and the key paper the Fed looks at to see where the employment market is, how much more they can tighten, how much more leeway they have, and whether they're going to break the economy or not, which they kind of already broke the economy. So good job, Fed. And then on Friday, unemployment rate and non-farm payrolls. As far as some quarterly returns for Bitcoin, we're at 27% in Q4. So we're about we're a full month in. And then looks like we're going to end October in the mid 20%, which is the highest October we've had since 2021. Now November, Robin, November's kind of all over the place. Big swings. 2022, down 16%. 2021, down 7%. 2020, up 43%. Negative 17, negative 36, 53. So a lot of volatility in November. You see more of the same.
I think we had a green November just because if you look at the prior 4-year cycles, you had green November 8 years ago, green November 4 years ago. Should line up with a green November this time.
If we get a green November, that would give us 8 out of 11 months of the year we've ended green. So can one argue that we've been in the early stages of a bull market the entire year? Depends on what your metric is.
I mean, remember, Bitcoin did have an 80% drawdown from all-time highs, and we've had a pretty slow rebound. And, I would be a little bit more concerned if we would have been back at 40K or something. I would say, hey, maybe the market's a little too hot on the bounce back, but slow sustained growth. Now, with that said, that's in comparison to prior Bitcoin moves. We still had a massive move in Bitcoin. So, and we went from was it 24,000? I think it was 3 weeks ago, or 25,000, to right around 35,000 now. A $10,000 move. Massive gains in Bitcoin. And so,
can you believe there's still some people holding on to the whole we're going to 10K?
Is that really a thing?
Yeah.
Really?
I can name names that I'm not going to.
Is it a family member?
No, it's content creators on
With the letter A.
on Twitter or YouTube.
Yeah, too many questions.
Anyways, what are some of the biggest happenings in the crypto space? So Optimism is having a token unlock. That is happening today. We're going to go over token unlocks here in a second. A bunch of stuff is getting delisted on OKX, including Compound, a lot of ETH and Bitcoin trading pairs. A lot of this has to do with liquidity, you guys. Liquidity just might not be there for them to be able to have these listings on there. Solana's having their Breakpoint event this week. This is in, I believe, Amsterdam. I could be wrong. So excited to see what news comes out of this event. New projects, new partnerships. At SmartCon this year for Chainlink, big news dropped with everything they talked about with CCIP and staking and everything that they're looking to do. So excited to see what comes out of Breakpoint. And then kind of just scrolling through here. Excuse me, I lost my voice a little bit. Public testnet for Stacks goes live, says October, so should be over the next couple days. And Snaps integration for Tezos. Haven't heard a lot about Tezos. They might be another EOS. Who knows? We'll see. And then that's pretty much it. And then as far as token unlocks, we did mention Optimism. They already had about a 4% token unlock. We have Sui coming out with 2.2 million in token unlocks. Some of the other notable ones here, Lido with about $1,600, so not really in of any significant amount. And of course, guys, I'm only talking about the ones for this upcoming week, so the next 7 days. And looks like the other one, important one, is going to be Moonbeam, but again, only 638,000. GAL, which I don't know what the hell it is, they're having 17% of their tokens unlocked. Damn, that's a lot. So that is all we have for that. Robin, let's take a look at where the markets are at. Where's Bitcoin? Where is the fear and greed index? Are we still greedy? Or are we scared?
Fear and greed index is coming in at a 72 right now. So a lot of optimism in the crypto markets. Also, Bitcoin sniffing the 35,000 mark here. So we were down to 33 at the end of the week last week. And so taking a look at on the 7-day here, you can see that we are trading sideways at this little range here. So yeah, just a 1 month chart. You can see here down to 26,000. There were a few candles down to 25 at some point. I do want to say, if we reach 35,000, what is the likelihood of reaching? Well, here, if Bitcoin breaks 35K, it might run to 789,000 in a single candle.
What?
Bro,
Per David Goxstein.
he's got to be. He's got to be trolling, bro. But
Yeah,
then again, I don't know,
he's
because all he
definitely-
tweets about is Pepe.
It's a single candle, so we know that's a troll there.
But like I
little
said,
controversy.
all he talks about is how great Pepe's going to be. So who knows?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Future of finance. Some of the bigger gainers. I know Solana was up today. Yeah, Solana's up 6%.
Arweave is pumping. bro.
Arweave up 8%, and Thorchain rounding out the top gainers from the top 100 list, up almost a full 10%. And so, there's Pepe as well, up 5%. What do you know?
Pepelito.
And then some of the drawdowns here. Gala down 6%.
Give me up. Sorry.
ICP, which had a giant rip yesterday, down 4.3%. ICP is still up 18, and Gala is still up 42%.
Damn,
on
Jimmy!
the week. So
Can we get a round of applause for Jimmy Rocky?
that's it. Buy a lot of Gala, you get a round of applause. There you go.
He's got a lot of Gala, dude. Like 42% is for his portfolio. It's a lot of money. So, all right. Where are we going to next? Oh, just a quick peek here at the traditional market. So, as far as some sectors and groups, I don't like to look at the data. Let's look at the last week. So, utilities are up 1.8%, and then pretty much everything else is in the red, led by communication services. If you scroll over to the last quarter, last 3 months, everything is in the red, and real estate has taken an absolute beating. Down, the entire sector as a whole is down 17% over the last 3 months. And if we look at the year-to-date performance, tech is up 27%, energy is up 1.4%, and the biggest loser is utilities and real estate. So something to keep an eye on. Now, as I said in the beginning of the show, bye-bye gold, hello Bitcoin. What do I mean? I don't know what I mean. Let's talk about it. Unveiling the data, is Bitcoin gaining ground as the new gold? Let's find out what this article has to say. Interestingly, the correlation between Bitcoin and gold has remarkably elevated positive sentiment around the leading crypto, as it increasingly perceived as a hedge against economic uncertainty. Bitcoin's connection with gold had reached the highest level since the banking crisis broke out earlier this year. Since the start of this year's banking crisis, data shows that the link between Bitcoin and gold has skyrocketed. And I have this tweet here from Will Clemente. Bitcoin's correlation to gold is the highest that it's been since the banking crisis. And here is a Bitcoin to gold chart. And then, of course, we had this Stanley Druckenmiller, who sat down with Paul Tudor Jones. And Stanley pretty much said, yeah, I'm kind of old. And so I have Bitcoin, but no, seriously, I'm of course paraphrasing. But,
All right.
But he said, I own gold, but the new age of investor, they see a flight to safety, a hedge against inflation, and what the role gold serves
Everything gold stands for
has shifted to Bitcoin.
does better.
And then at the end, Stanley said, I don't own any Bitcoin, but frankly, I should. This is one of the most successful traders ever. I think it's like 30 years he's beaten the indexes and the money market funds. 30 consecutive years. Rob, is Bitcoin the new gold? Speak.
It's better than gold. Yeah.
It's an upgrade to gold.
It's not even an upgrade. It's its own asset class that is fundamentally more efficient and is tried true over at least over the 14 years it's been around, and it moves a lot easier than gold does. Gold's thing is that it's physical, right? And so if you're going to trade gold in a digital manner, it needs to be represented and held by somebody and then given basically a voucher. You have to have full faith and trust in the institution that is issuing the gold. Don't need to look any further than when a
JP
fiat
Morgan.
is backed by gold, that you can still print money and the gold doesn't necessarily increase. And so you can have inflation. Really nothing stopping a private sector from doing the same thing. Saying, hey, we'll hold your gold here and then issue out a voucher or a some kind of ticket that says, hey, this is a ledger with the gold. You can redeem your gold. This is $100 worth of gold on this sheet of paper.
Rob, do you remember when JP Morgan, they thought they were holding a bag of, I think it was gold or silver, but it was a bag of rocks?
What's surprising?
No, it happened. I'm saying it happened.
No, yeah, I'm saying
So-
I haven't heard of it, but it doesn't surprise me.
Unless you're going to hoard gold yourself.
But there's nothing stopping a company from taking, say, 1,000 pounds of gold, right? And then giving out redemptions for gold, or basically saying, hey, you own this amount of gold with us, and it being really 1,100. You don't really have to, you're not going to have any issue unless all the gold gets redeemed, right? Same thing that we have for exchanges, you have with gold. And at least with Bitcoin, you do have the physical, you own the Bitcoin yourself. You can self custody, and you don't need to rely on a third party to say they're holding it for you, and then trust and have faith that they're not issuing out more of the represented gold than they have, or in this case, Bitcoin. So it's more efficient, right? It's transparent and just makes sense. It's better than gold.
Yeah.
It does everything better than gold. Now, gold looks nice. Put it on a chain. Can't really do that with Bitcoin. But there is a little bit more physical, or there is
It's a
physical.
tangible asset that people can't wrap their minds around.
But the thing is that gold does have its its physical characteristics. It's in damn near all of your expensive electronics, your car, not just to mention it's something that people hold in a safe. But with that said, with Bitcoin, hey, you can send it to anybody in the world. Takes a couple minutes for the block to get confirmed.
And I may add, if you need to transport $250,000 of gold, it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's not easy to transport.
And gold can be seized too. So you think of it that way. Travel with $100,000 worth of gold through an airport, see what happens.
I also forgot to mention, I did lose my seed phrase, so I lost all my access to all my cryptos.
Seed phrase.
But what I didn't lose my love for Redman. I don't know. That was trying to segue something funny, but I didn't. But Redman, thank you. Gifting 10 memberships to the Sin City crypto community. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of you that support this channel. Speaking of supporting this channel, I want to thank our channel sponsors one last time. Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you want to learn how they can help your business scale, grow, maximize your networking, IT, and cybersecurity, visit bluewiretech.com. Also, big thank you to Radix, Radically Better DeFi. If you want to learn more about their ecosystem, partnerships, their roadmap, their team, visit radixdlt.com.
I do want to give a shout out as well. We got a few new people here. We got Explorer, Lala Bell, Crypto Stock One, Brian Baca, Robert T, and NW. To all of you, hola! Welcome to
Guys, I have already chosen to rate my portfolio. It's going to be a good one. But guys, feel free to continue submitting, because the last couple of weeks, I've chosen one that were submitted a week prior. So just because we don't pick yours this week doesn't mean we're not going to pick it the following week or the week after. So if you want to submit your portfolio to be rated by us on the channel, DM us on Twitter or join our Discord and DM me or DM Crypto Billy.
You know,
But
I haven't really heard the hype yet.
what do you mean?
The hype for tomorrow's Halloween show.
I was getting there.
It's gonna be
Guys,
good, man. It's all full Halloween theme. We're gonna dress up. We got some guests in house. We got the return of the Halloween bash here from last year's prior. We had Jenna X, also Michael Saylor.
Talk anything else or just Bitcoin today?
And then,
Well, we can talk
we also had,
thermodynamics, law of physics, energy, time travel, but
there was.
And
We'll have Lifer back again. So Lifer will be back in studio with us as well. Jenna, as we mentioned, Sailor's supposed to be back again. Of course, you got Big Rob.
Yo, shout out to
And,
Tom Crown in the
there you
group,
go.
man. You're the man, dude.
it's going to be a fun show tomorrow, man. You do not want to miss it. You will not find any other crypto show tomorrow that's going to do it as extravagantly as we do. I can promise you that. Mark my words. That's all I got. Any parting words here, Rob?
That's it.
That's it. Guys, go
Halloween.
follow us on Twitter. Support the channel if you'd like to. There's plenty of links and stuff in the description of this video.
Links and stuff.
And with that being said,
Let's take
Rocco,
this one one stuff. Hold on.
you know. Okay, fine. I'll still do it. Ready? That was like a lightning tornado. This is the stuttering tornado. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Big thank you to Lucas from Ociswap. Big thank you to you for watching. Come back tomorrow. Until then, love you. Peace.
Sin City, crypto. Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Named according to your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.